Welcome back to Mega Man X. So, one thing I've neglected to mention is that each stage actually has an associated mission to it. Diving. Anyway, yeah, it's not just that each stage is a boss's house, there is sort of a thing they're trying to do in each location, which adds a bit of flavor, and I appreciate that. Chill Penguin was trying to cause an avalanche, which is probably the most pressing thing any of these Mavericks was doing. Then Armored Armadillo was just mining stuff, kind of obvious from the fact that he was in a mine. And Storm Eagle is actually in control of the airship we saw in the first stage, which, by the way, is called the Death Rogoomer. I don't know what a Rogoomer is. I'm gonna need to check the etymology on that one. Capcom, how did you make that word? Anyway, if you have the dash, it's easy enough to just jump down to the roof and grab that health up, but maybe you don't want to be so daring when you leap off of it. I was. I didn't mean to be, but you know, it saves time, and I can pretend I did that on purpose. Anyway, I love what the clouds are doing here. I don't know what they're doing, but they're doing something and it looks neat. This is just another stage, though, where I don't really like how it looks in Maverick Hunter X. It really is the biggest problem with Maverick Hunter X, is that, like, it looks fine, but it doesn't do anything particularly impressive. Anyway, easy sub-tank here. I've already discussed how sub-tanks work. And then we get to blow up the glass in here by destroying that enemy. It was a powerful explosion, you see. Anyway, though, also, not huge on the flamethrowers here. They're very rude, and harder to hit than you might think. Again, this is something else that was actually pretty hard to deal with in Maverick Hunter X. I don't know what it is. It must be the screen size, but I just could not deal with these guys effectively, and they just kept respawning. They are less of a pain here, though. If you're not careful, they can absolutely nick you with fire. That's not really how most people describe being hit by fire, but whatever. Anyway, though, we also have these canisters over here, which have fire symbols on them. However, while there is a fire boss in the game, you do not need a fire element to destroy them. Though, if we had the fire boss's weapon, that would have actually been a lot easier to deal with. Over here we've got another light capsule. And with it we can get an okay ability. I say okay because it honestly doesn't really do much. This is mostly here so that we can go get other items and upgrades. So, I don't know, I feel like this is just an extra key. It is a key to a door in front of a door with a key. You just need the extra one sometimes. It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but still. Alright, so, there's actually no boss room this time. We leap onto this airship and have to deal with the turrets on it. Of course, when I say this airship, this is the Death Rogoomer. What the fuck is a Rogoomer? Anyway, though, once we proceed over it, X will just automatically blow up the engine of it and just completely obliterate it, and indeed, there was no boss corridor. It's Storm Eagle. He's here, and he's probably one of the easiest bosses in the game, provided you went with Chill Penguin first. Most of his big attacks involve trying to push you into a pit, which can be pretty lethal and hard to avoid. That being said, though, if you have the dash, you have so much speed, and it's really easy to just push on through his wind moves. Otherwise, all he's got is his dive attacks, and he should eventually show... Let's see, right now? Nope, not yet. He's gonna keep diving. He can also just puke up an egg, and then 4 little birds will just break out of that egg and fly after you, but they're easy to destroy and dodge. Honestly, dashing even makes his dive bomb attack way easier, which it wouldn't be as easy to dodge without it, so yeah, no. He gets kind of chumped by the dash move. So, like, I can get why some people go without dash for the game, you know, for the challenge of it, but just deactivate your L button when you go fight a boss if that's what you're interested in. Like, getting through a stage without dash is more boring than challenging. Bosses I can kinda get, but whatever. Anyway, though, this is the end of the episode. However, I'm gonna keep talking past the end, because let me tell you, once again, Mega Man Maverick Hunter X, just absolute disappointment. You don't leap on top of the Death Row Goomer and blow up its engine. You just jump on top of it. You just jump on it, and then you fight Storm Eagle. I don't know why the airship is so boring in Maverick Hunter X. It's kind of just the like, Game Boy Advance remakes of SNES games, like all of those, where, like, they're not awful remakes, and, you know, you can play them and you'll have a good time with them, but, like, sometimes there's just that little bit of flavor missing from them, just the little thing that either they couldn't replicate or didn't replicate from their older games, and, like, it doesn't ruin the experience at all, but I miss it.